Been another beautiful week on the small holding. The bees are buzzing, all the little flowers are starting to bloom, and it's definitely lazing around on the grass in the sun type of weather. Work in the polytunnel has been ongoing. I've started to adjust to the heat now, so I'm able to stay in there a little bit longer. You know what it's like at the beginning of every season where all of a sudden it starts getting warm and your body's just not used to it, you know? But now my tolerance is starting to build up, so I'm getting stuff done. Oh God, I'm knackered. It's 6:15 in the evening and I've been at this polytunnel all day long. It's really hard work trying to move all the soil out of the way, then level it off. But I've pretty much almost finished the 2 paths. And once I've done that, then I'll just be able to spread the soil over on the beds a bit more evenly and tidy it up. But because it's getting dark now, well, it's going to be getting dark. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish today. So let me show you how far I've gotten, and then maybe it'll be a case of finishing it off tomorrow, as long as it's not too hot in here. So you can see I've done this path, I've done that path almost. I just need to do the other batten here, and then I need to do, I'm going to do like a, not a diamond shape, but you know, a diagonal, a straight and a diagonal, just to make the path easier to, you know, so it's not a sharp corner. And yeah, then I'll level everything off, but I need to cut this batten to size first. And then I'm just turning the camera down so you can see I need to sort out this membrane. I found the cutest little I don't know what, whether they're newts or little lizardy things, I don't know. I have to look them up, but they're 2 tiny little things. They were really, really small, and a frog, a couple of toads. I tell you what, I hate doing stuff like this because you're always destroying homes. You know, insects are living here, other wildlife are living here, and it's just like decimation. Like, imagine if a bulldozer or one of those wrecking balls just came and just smashed through your house, you know? That's what I'm doing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Anyway. I've lost my tape measure. I think I've buried it somewhere. I need to measure the beds now. The wood for the ends of the beds. But I can't find the tape measure. So I need to scrape this mud along anyway. I was planning on doing it later, but I'll do it now to see if I can unearth it. Ah! Brilliant. I knew you were in there somewhere. Oh. Good. All right. I actually need a break now because it's boiling. What do you think of the new bench, Apple? Hey? What do you think of the new bench? I think she likes it. Huh? Yeah? Oh, God. Oh, God. I cannot tell you how frustrating it has been to put this unit together. It's the worst thing I've ever bought in my life. Now keep in mind, I'm no stranger to putting together flat pack items. I've built 2 kitchens, I've fitted a bathroom, other shelving units, cupboards, all kinds of furniture. But this, I had to do it in 3 goes. I started yesterday, then I did some this morning, and then I've done some more again this afternoon, because I was this close to smashing it against the wall again and again and again and again until it was unrecognisable as the components of a shelving unit. So I think it's going to take a bit of manoeuvring to get it into this gap, and I don't have the patience for it. So I'm turning the camera off and I'll talk to you again in a minute. Okay, all right, it's in place now. I just need to put the shelves on. And look how flimsy these shelves are. Look at them. Honest to goodness, all this hassle and then flimsy little hardboard shelves. I should have sent it back as soon as I saw it. If I'd known how difficult it would have been to put together. Oh God, I'm still in a fury. Okay, this is good. So this is the little shed that I probably showed you in a previous video that I put together. Stop banging, that I put together a little while ago. Because basically I wanted something to have here near the allotment area of the you know, like near the polytunnel, near where the veg garden's going to be, just to have my tools so that I can pick them up from this shed on my way to those areas. So yeah, I'll maybe be able to start unpacking some of my boxes now that are in the Dutch barn, because I have a little bit of storage to put things away. But the other thing I wanted to show you, so do you remember last week I bought some salad plants and I planted them in the veggie pod? Well, I'll take you there in a minute and show you what's happened. Okay, so the wind was so bad when I was editing this that I'm just going to do a voiceover on this. So basically what I was talking about was the fact that these plants, something's happening to them and they're just being cut off at the stem. So I don't know whether it's a pest or what, I just don't know, but I've lost so many of the plants. This veggie pod was chock-a-block full last week, and every day when I come out and have a look at it, 3, 4, 5 plants have just started to wilt, and then when I touch them they just come away. So I don't know what is going on with those. It's probably about 75% of the plants have now been, well, I can't even say what's happened to them because I don't know. When I first noticed it, I thought perhaps the plants that it had happened to, I had been a bit indelicate with them when I was planting them, so maybe I snapped the stem. But more and more every day, I just... How can I mean, what is it? I just don't know. The stem is just being cut somehow. I've tried to have a look to see if I can see any bugs in there. I can't, but you know, there are nooks and crannies, isn't it, that they can hide in, and I might miss them completely. But anyway, yeah, so I really don't know what's happened. I'm really upset. They weren't cheap plants either. I think it was about £10 for all of those. And anyway, I have got some seedlings planted, and also Ali, I know that you said I should sow them direct, and I was going to do that, but then there's all these little seedlings coming up at the moment, which must be weeds of some sort. I don't know how they've all got in there, all of those weeds. I think it's in the compost. So the trouble is they look just like lettuce would do when they come up, so I'm not going to know what's lettuce and what's just a weed. But yeah, I have these. I think I'll just grow them on a little bit and then I'll pop them in there. I'm hoping the rest of them don't. Every day I think, okay, you know, hopefully the plants are strong enough, it's not going to happen again. And every single morning I go there and there's more. So this morning I found 2 just now. There were another 2. We've just had a look. So I don't know. I really don't know. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about was, do you remember I mentioned that Natural Resources, they were coming for a visit to tell me what was supposed to be protected in 1.5 of my fields is a site of special scientific interest, so I'm limited in what I can do there. So I asked them to come, and basically we discussed the plans that I had, so that they could tell me whether I could or couldn't do it. So they sent me a form. While she was here, she was very positive. She said, look, as long as you're not planting loads of exotic things and it's native stuff, then it should be fine, because it sounds like what you're doing, it will be enhancing what's here rather than destroying it. So I should be fine. So they've sent me a form and I filled it out and sent it back, and she's saying it might take about a month for me to hear back, which is a bit annoying because I really wanted to plant the rose bushes out now so that they have a really good chance of putting on some strong growth. Whereas in another month they will have, anyway, whatever. So fingers crossed that will all be fine. But what I do want to say to them, she wasn't actually sure what the significance was of my site, what this special scientific interest is, because she said, well, it's not the grass, because the type of grassland that needs protected looks very different to what you've got here. So you've got what everyone has, basically, the grass. So it must be the geological thing, which is, you know, the land formations and stuff like that. So there's something called pingos, one or the other, which are like these sort of dips. And I think they're ice age, ice. Basically, I think ice has shaped the land or something like this. And the one thing on my land that could potentially be a pingu isn't actually in the special scientific interest area. So it's on the first field, 1/2 of it, the left hand side is an SSSI, and the right hand side where that dip is, if they don't know why it's a triple SI and I don't know why it's a triple SI, I don't see why it should be a triple SI. So why should I have to get permission every time I want to do something on the land if there's no special scientific interest and nothing that needs protecting it, you know? Anyway, I'm just in a bad mood because of my salad. So yeah, the polytunnel is ongoing. So I've come to a point where I spread out all the mud, but I need to do the front and the back ends, sort out that weed membrane there, and I just don't have the patience for it at the minute. When I had an allotment, my husband was the one who dealt with anything that needed a lot of patience like that. I'm very just slap bang, just get it done, just get it out of the way. Whereas he has the patience to meticulously level ground and all of that stuff. And because I can't remove that weed membrane because it's in the foundation, you know, it's been dug under with the plastic, I have to then fold it and put it around the edge of the beds and tuck it underneath the wooden battens. And no, I don't have the patience for that after having to deal with that shelving unit for the past 2 days. No, anyway, right, so I'm going to leave it there and I will catch you again next week.